Hello dudes, welcome to Aftermath Devblog number 13. It's going to be short and sweet like most of the devblogs lately, unless it's a stream devblog. We're just going to be covering the patch notes which came from the 4th, which was basically a Saturday night, Sunday morning 3 a.m. patch, and the hotfix which we just deployed right now. So if you're seeing this video, that means that it happened a few hours ago, but basically I didn't want to make a video on the 4th and 5th because I knew that we were going to basically be doing a small little hot fix. So we'll start just from the top of the patch notes and go from there. So feel free to leave comments and whatever else in the video. And my question to you, and it's right at the top, is you know, if you're watching the video and you're not playing Aftermath, why? Why aren't you? If you like these style of games, man, you're gonna fucking love Aftermath. Basically, we got more items than everybody else, and I think, you know, really solid balance right now, only getting better. I can't possibly say the game is in perfect shape because we've only been messing with it for 2 months now, but if you look at old Aftermath and current Aftermath, whew, current Aftermath's pretty freaking cool. So basically, the game is running well. Everybody's getting like 200 FPS. If you have a real computer, you'll 200 FPS, no problem. No problem on Ultra. I get 200 FPS, no problem. If you have a terrible computer, play on low. You'll still do fine. And even with this patch, we added a Pinetop server back that's not veteran. So it's free. What excuse do you have to not play? And then a little beware, grouping with cheaters and accepting loot from them can get all your account's hardware ID banned. There's a couple clever little groups in the community that have discovered that they could, you know, group with their cheater friend and use him to kill a bunch of people and then go conveniently die with him and basically give all the loot from the other team to the team that cheated them. And so yeah, I'm gonna fuck you if you do that, just so you know. Don't do it. I'll fuck you. Okay? Have some integrity in this game. We're a small community right now. I will not hesitate to fuck you. So, with that said, any Pinetop PvP server has been added. We basically still have, of course, the veteran one, but now we have both. So there might be some users that literally cannot play the Arizona map, and so we're looking to see if we can maybe accommodate them on that. I think we might even gut out some stuff out of the Pinetop map. We're still discussing it. Barricades no longer place backwards. It's certainly an annoying bug. It would place backwards. We fixed it. An issue with default language causing crash upon starting the game for some users has been fixed. If you had any other setting for your Windows language file besides English, well, we deployed something that caused it to break. Break in the game, not in Windows. So we fixed that. No more problems now. So if you were crashing because, you know, you had Italian set as your default language and it's like, no Italian language file, yeah. The random looting bag bug's been fixed, so sometimes it would actually loot a different bag, and then when you looted all of it, it would teleport that bag to you, and you were looking at the wrong bag. That's been fixed. Liberations no longer show zombie progression until a generator is fixed. This is one of the community ideas from the forums. It allows you to be a little bit stealthier around towns. That's basically it. You won't be giving anyone away your position just by killing zombies. Until the generators are fixed, Phase 2 doesn't unlock. Group size limit's been set to 5. Another community constant point of turmoil that it's an open world game. I'm not going to police it. It's up to you guys. You guys are like, you know, medieval warfare out there, okay? It's guerrilla combat. May the best group with the best tactics win, and maybe the most players too. If you really want hardcore 5 vs 5, check out Counter-Strike. It's pretty cool, it's popular, maybe you heard it, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, 5 on 5. They got competitive and all sorts of stuff. Or you could go and play like the new Quake. But if you want an open world game where there's no rules, that's what Aftermath's about. So, until we have some sort of a clan arena 5 vs 5 system, sorry, can't police it, but we're at least setting groups to this, so maybe large groups of, you know, because there are some Thai players that, you know, seem to run around in groups of 15. Maybe you guys will accidentally shoot each other. Who knows? PvE beginner for server food and water, those rates have been increased to be more generous. I figure, I guess, is anyone really making out like a bandit on the PvE server with a bunch of food and water? So military spawns are unchanged, etc., but places like markets, post offices, diners, civilian homes to some extent, gas stations, those all increased in loot by like double. I like fucking doubled it up. So the PvE server, maybe it's useful for farming food now for all the milkshakes and stuff that I made useful, and you can go do it in peace without getting terrorized by the insane populace of the game that's out for blood. Veteran PvP servers now have 125% loot spawn rates, making them slightly better than normal servers. More like a little social experiment. See if you guys will all start playing on the PvP server if you know there's better loot there. So we increased the loot spawn rate ever so slightly for veteran. See if anyone cares. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Maybe some of you should learn how to get the veteran badge. It's at the vendor. It's 10,000 GD. Go farm some zombies or do some liberations. Should be no problem. I mean, it's just a nice gating mechanic. It's the same way that League of Legends won't let you queue ranked until you hit level 30. Same thing here. If you're gonna bring out, you know, kingpins and nice weapons that we add to the game, I would suggest doing it on veteran servers just because it's much easier for us to police player accounts on it. It's the same way if you PvP on legendary servers. Obviously, it's much easier to police potential instant cases of cheating because if they pay us, it's easier to track them. You know, prone, it now has an internal cooldown of 1 second after using it, so you can still instantly prone, but you'll have to wait 1 second before standing up. This is the beginning of our experimental fixes relating to instant prone shit. It's just not really cool for PvP. Big update for legendary users in safe zones, and this is part of the normal patch notes, not the hotfix now. This was the patch notes for Sunday morning. Safe zones have been normalized to include a deployment helicopter as well as centralized fast travel vehicle NPCs to move legendary users between safe zones. So basically what that means is you can go and hover over these cars and they'll tell you where they'll take you, and they can move you anywhere around in the 4 safe zones. It's pretty simple. And then located close by to the vehicle hubs are a deployment helicopter. So tired of getting camped in the safe zone and think it's bullshit? Well, we agree, so we added a deploy helicopter. You can now deploy and potentially go from one safe zone and deploy cross-map to Stafford. We offer 2 Stafford deployments, a Cosville deployment, and a Bamberg deployment. So they all deploy to a major city. 2 deploys to Stafford because it's obviously huge. We added a 3rd US PvP server for Arizona just because the the US population has been slowly climbing upward, and so it seems like during US prime time it'd be nice to have a 3rd server, so we added it. We did some grass and terrain fixes in various locations. I did a good portion of it on stream if you didn't check the prior devblog. The south map solo areas as well as the farms and rest stops have all gained 2 to 3 times as many point of interest spawns. This is the stuff that spawns in the item crates. I think it's really important for the game to have you know, a different level of loot spawn that offers exciting loot in it, and so point of interest. I've had friends get snipers and all sorts of things, kingpins. Actually, I think Zarfeld got 2 kingpins. He's kind of a lucky fuck at the moment. But he's never got a gold glove because he's a bitch. Know you're watching, Zar. Vendor GD pricing has all been updated. So you can vendor like everything in the game now, and you'll notice that if the vendor doesn't want to give you very much for it, aka like a really rare gun, that's a hint. It's a rare gun. Why are you trying to sell it to the vendor? Sell it to a player or something, trade a player for it. Obviously vendors are just like World of Warcraft and any standardized vendor game. They're looking to give you junk amount of money for junk loot. You can get a good amount of tools now with it though. I mean, getting 2,500 GD is not that tough anymore. So a lot of people have, you know, noticed that it's good to vacuum up all the loot. So the vendor will take everything from you. The only thing he won't take from you is bullets, because we just have an issue with selling single bullets at a time and the vendor rounding down, and the vendor's really bad at math, and he's like, I'll take 30 bullets for 10 GD, but if you sell me bullets 1 at a time, I'll give you 1 GD a pop under the table. And it's like, no, vendor, stop doing deals like that. And I don't want users to sit there and try and sell their bullets 1 at a time. So I disabled it. That's not what it's about. So if I have to make it so that you can craft bullets into an item, and then you sell that item to the vendor, something like that. Either way, the only thing the vendor won't take is bullets. Go shoot them. Shoot the bullets. Don't try and sell them. Crafted items received some general rebalancing, so that goes for like spring salad, hearty meal, fruit salad, cheesy nachos, and all of the milkshakes. they're all basically slightly better now. There's a reason to farm for them if you're really kind of hardcore into PvP and all that. I wanted to add value to it. And if they don't feel valuable enough, I'll shave 1 second off the cooldown on them. And suddenly you might think they're the best item in the game. Because of 1 second. So it all hangs in the balance. And they restore a great amount of food and water. So you'll never go hungry during PvP camping on a rooftop with some power shakes. So the beginning of Thai language file support and Portuguese language file support is here. It doesn't work very well yet. It needs some fixes. It's going to take a little bit. Some UI updates. Green has been nice enough to try and figure out how to do UI programming and has managed to Jimmy rig a couple of things in the UI and managed to get some stuff to work. So group members now show a number above their head that corresponds with their position in the group, making keeping track of your teammates easy. So you can look and see this guy's 3 and then look over there on your HUD and see, oh, 3. And you'll know that's where Jimmy is. So liberations that are on cooldown are now marked on the HUD to prevent confusion. So it says cooldown if it's on cooldown. Pretty self-explanatory. And the aggressor icon, it now displays with a countdown timer in the, I think it's top left of the screen, and I wrote top right. But maybe it's top right now. One or the other. Either way, there's an aggressor icon now, so that you know when it's unsafe to bank. Liberations received basically a ton of updates. Liberation timers getting cut off on the final airdrop got fixed. I know it sucked. It'd be like 20 seconds left. You'd think you'd get another airdrop, and it would end. So that got fixed. All solo liberations gained an additional airdrop in addition to the fixed final airdrop cutoff. So all solo liberations now go for 16 minutes, up from 10 minutes. The airfield gained 2 additional supply crates. It's hands down the best solo liberation and the best solo loot point on the map. I say it's solo because it's like south map, and everything south map is, you know, it's got a lot more point of interest than north map. North map is more like the PvP hot zone. The airfield, no. Zombie spawn rates in areas with liberations are now 50 seconds between zombie spawns, up from 25 seconds, making liberating areas a much more linear process. So what was happening previously, you might be in an area, and there might be 1, 2, 3 spawners, and so you round up zombies and you're killing them, and now you have 3 different timers all ticking for 25 seconds. Every 25 seconds, boop, 3 zombies pop, 1 per spawner. And so now you only get 1 zombie per 50 seconds. So in the time that you would get 6 zombies, you're now only getting 3. Meaning it's a much more linear rate if you just go in an area and just kill zombies. You don't need to basically clump and dump them anymore. That strategy is kind of old. We don't think it's very fun, and it causes a lot of lag for users on, you know, toaster ovens. So it's better to just slow and steady does it and just grind your way through and kill every zombie you see and fan out as a team, and actually kind of like feel like you're liberating the actual city. Like as a team you spread out and kill everything instead of like clumping them all up and grenading them. You could still do that, of course. It's just much more forgiving now. If you know, you're in a city and you have to kill 1 zombie every 50 seconds to stay ahead of the timer, can you kill 1 zombie every 50 seconds? Can you? Sounds pretty tough. Especially with those one-hitters. Of course, finding them can sometimes be difficult, but that means you guys weren't very thorough. Generators now repair 250% faster. That makes coordinating generator repairs easier. Not that it was a difficult task to begin with. If you repaired the generator faster than your friends, fear not. Just keep holding E and repairing it until they're all repaired. Nobody stops repairing until it's repaired. Think about it like, you know, it's like you're down to the clock and like taking gun bars, like, don't stop repairing. You're like, I'm gonna fucking die. So that's maybe a case when you should stop repairing. And repairing a generator no longer causes your crosshair to swing around wildly. I don't think our fix actually worked, but maybe it did now. But we tried to fix it twice now and it hasn't worked. So it's some secret shit that's causing it to do it. We're not sure why. Maybe we did fix it though. I don't think when I checked though. So some nice fluffy trees have been added to Stafford. So these are Stafford changes, and this is the picture right here. They've been added to block line the site in certain areas and give the city a better feel as it transitions to a greener future and away from the desert. Basically, we have a lot more options with green fluffy trees than with desert cactus. Green fluffy trees create nice visuals as well as provide excellent cover for players that are on high ground locations trying to look down at players below them. It's tough to see through a fucking tree, I'll tell you that right now. So the trees act as a lot of cover for players to advance and make it a lot more difficult for high vantage sight lines to just dominate. So that's why it's like, oh, you guys love camping on this roof? So I put a ramp up on it, and then I put a ramp over here, and then I put another ramp over here, so there's 3 new access points. And then I put a bunch of trees around so you couldn't shoot everyone. Because people hate when you do that. So they'll engage you for PvP if they want PvP. Otherwise, don't terrorize all the locals just trying to fucking figure out how to play Aftermath. Zombies can also access these areas, so check it out. One's near the pharmacy. The other one is over here near this nice box pileup. The 5th story of the 5-story orange building is now completely sealed off. So it's a death trap now on the top floor. I thought it was really unfair to see people like get juked and play the fallback game constantly all the way to the top of it, and so I would like that building. I might even almost seal off the whole damn thing. I don't know. It's a cool building in that it's a 5-story. To be able to jump out of every floor makes it not very cool of a building. So I would like to maybe on stream furnish it and put like couches and shit and make it like a cool building. Maybe it's like kind of like the building from The Matrix, you know, that scene where they have the shootout, and then maybe I should lower the blinds on all of it, and so there's only 2 floors where you can jump out, the ground level and the 1st floor, and otherwise second floor, 3rd floor, and 4th floor, or I guess no, entry level, 1st floor, yeah, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th floors basically walled off, so you can't get out, but I'll of course put points of interest in there, so you really want to go to the top floor. It's just there's not really much of an escape if someone comes in after you. It should create some fun PvP. But that hasn't happened yet. I only added it to the outside windows. But when we first got Aftermath, there was like 25,000 objects on the map. And we've cleaned it up to about, I think we're somewhere around 17,000 something right now. So we have some budget to add more assets to the map and not lag the shit out of everyone right now. We've already cut a lot out of the map, so it might be time to start feathering stuff back in. And Stafford's probably going to turn green. I just was lazy and didn't paint this when I went on my landscaping spree and planted some fluffy trees all over the city. It looks really cool with shadows if you play with shadows. Most of you don't play with shadows, but if you do, Stafford looks pretty cool. Anti-cheat updates, stuff and things for updates. Stuff and things for updates. And community dev section, same as always. Prior patch notes in case you missed them. That's Devblog 13, boys. This is a VSS. Ain't that cool? Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you next Devblog. Oh yeah, invite all your friends to play.